Hi there, it's Jim Hawke from Team Hawke Realty. This first video I want to go over is going to be about one of the major changes that we just seen in the new TRESA rules for real estate that came into effect December 1st, 2023. I'm going to be reading a little bit this right off the Real Estate Council of Ontario's website, just so that I don't make any mistakes and I give you a clear understanding of exactly what everyone's representations will be and expectations will be. In the old way of real estate, which we've been working under since 2001, there was either clients who were people that we owed fiduciary duties to, or there were customers, people that we didn't really owe any fiduciary duties to. Most people in our industry were always considered as clients, and that's always been kind of a standard way. There was always, single representation or multiple representation. That's the way it's been for many, many years. Prior to that, people were called vendors and purchasers and vendors, and then they become buyers and sellers. And now we're still going with buyers and sellers, but the new terminology, one that's really important, is a terminology called self-represented party. So as a buyer or a seller, you could be a self-represented party. First of all, I want to kind of talk more about, on the buying side, what a self-represented party is, and give a little bit more insight as to what the agent's responsibilities will be, and what your responsibilities will be, the pitfalls of maybe being a self-represented party. And hopefully this explains things a lot better for you. So to start off with, under RECO, the Real Estate Council of Ontario, if you're considered a self-represented party, this means that you have chosen to represent yourself, which has different rights and responsibilities. And honestly, I don't see this as an advantage to any buyers, but very few buyers or sellers will make this choice. There are significant risks to being a self-represented party. If you represent yourself in the transaction, you do not have the knowledge and expertise that are required to navigate the transaction on your own. So basically, if I walk into a property with you and you say you want to be a self-represented party, that means I cannot provide you with any information about the property other than what's on the listing agreement. I basically open the door, allow you to walk through the property. If you ask me any questions, I cannot answer the questions if it's going to have a negative impact on my client, which would be the seller. So you're going to get very little information in this. And even to the point where if you were comfortable working with me or anybody, any real estate member, as far as that goes, you wouldn't be able to do an offer through that person as a self-represented party. You would have to either go to a lawyer or hire another real estate agent to do that offer for you, which there are no advantages, in my opinion, for doing that. So the self-represented party, I'm going to go into a little bit further. RECO recommends that you seek independent professional advice before you proceed as a self-represented party. If you choose not to work with a real estate agent, it will be your responsibility to look after your own best interests and protect yourself, which includes making inquiries about, zoning, the property use, what else? Other aspects of the property determine the real value of the property. We won't be able to educate you on what else is sold in the area, what else is for sale in the area. You're gonna have to determine your own price, determine how much you're willing to offer or willing to accept on an offer. If there's competing offers, you're not gonna have any help on working with the competing offers, what's gonna be in your best interest to get the property. Deciding on what terms, what conditions you want to put in the offer. Is it conditional on financing? Does it have to be conditional on you selling your home? Are there septics? Are there wells? Are there oil tanks? Are there 60 amp services? Is there galvanized plumbing? There's a whole host of things that could be in the house that you're not aware of, or issues with the house that you may not be aware of, and you're going to put yourself at great risk. And this is, undoubtedly, probably your largest investment you'll ever make in your life. So again, I don't understand the concept of the self-represented party, but it's something that's been new and introduced by RECO. And then you're going to be responsible for preparing the documents, which again could entail hiring a lawyer to draft an offer for you to present to the agent. And there's not going to be any reduction in commissions. The real estate agents that I've been talking to The commissions that are going to go to the seller are still going to be paid out through the seller. So we're still navigating our way through how exactly that's going to happen, but someone's not saving themselves money by acting as a self-represented party. As far as I'm concerned, they're just putting themselves in a real negative situation, unless they're very, very astute buyers and do this for a living. That might be the only person that has any advantage of this. The real estate agent will be working for another party in the transaction, not for you. So it's important to be aware that the agent has a legal obligation to act in the best interest of the person or the other side of the transaction. If you're a buyer or even inquiring about a property, for example, and the agent is working for the seller, the agent has a duty to do what's in the seller's best interest, not in you as a purchaser's best interest. Your motivation for buying the property, if you tell the agent anything that you disclose to us that's going to be a benefit to our seller, we have to pass that along to our seller. So example, motivation for buying the property. If you're really excited about buying the property, we're going to pass that on to our seller. If you discuss the minimum price or the maximum price that you're willing to pay for the property, we're going to pass that on to our seller. Any preferred terms for the contract, we're going to pass that on to our client. The agent cannot provide you with any services, opinions, or advice. Do anything that would encourage you to rely on their knowledge, skill, or judgment, or encourage you to represent yourself, discourage you from working with another real estate agent or broker. So we can't discourage you from doing this. We just have to outline the benefits and the pitfalls. And honestly, again, I don't see any benefits. I really only see pitfalls, and I've been doing this for over 34 years now. So I've gone through a lot of real estate transactions. Any assistance the agent offer you is service to their client only, not you. It's in their best interest of their client, not you. And it is to help their client to sell their property, not to help you purchase the property. We have to give you what's called a RECO's information of disclosure to self-represented party form and walk you through it before we can provide you with any assistance. And you'll be asked to confirm that you received it and understand what a self-represented party is. So this is the first phase of what I wanted to talk about with the new rules. Self-represented party is one of the things that's really we've really been taking a lot of courses on and trying to understand it better ourselves. Because this is new for us as well. We've always been free with information, trying to help buyers and sellers come together. And if a buyer wants to buy a property and a seller wants to sell a property, we want to be there to help make the sale go through and clear up any pitfalls or any problems along the road to make everybody happy in the transaction. I see this as being difficult to accommodate, especially from a buyer's perspective. And I just want everyone to have a clear understanding of that. So again, if you have any questions about this, please feel free to give myself a call or any of the agents in my office, 705-527-7877. Thank you.